Okay, the big day's here. We're viewed by Christopher Holmes for my luxury real estate event. We're going to be speaking with Michael Zelina, owner-broker of Red Luxury, and myself about social media, luxury real estate, how the real estate market is going on in Las Vegas, and everything else that connects that. But first, let's shake some hands, let's kiss some babies, and let's have a little fun. Yes? Talk to you soon. Thank you guys so much for coming. I am overwhelmed by the show of support and everyone here, new, old faces, dear friends, new, about to be friends, and colleagues. I'm just feeling so really blessed right now. But without further ado, I'm gonna be introducing Michael Zelina, owner, broker, Red Luxury, and he's gonna be talking about luxury real estate, and we're gonna go from there. I have some questions for him. I'm gonna start, if you guys don't mind. You guys ready? All right, fantastic.
Thanks, Jeremy.
All right, so.
Wait, hold on. Jeremy Lewis, everybody, for throwing together an amazing event, all the time.
No, thank you so much.
First of all, I want to say I'm really humbled to be here tonight. If I would have thought that I'd be standing in front of everybody 2 years ago when we even had an idea of starting to do our own thing, I wouldn't have believed it. So I really thank everybody for being here tonight. I started about 7 years ago. I really didn't think I wanted to get into real estate. I was working with Haynes & Krieger Real Estate, and it was actually Ryan and Adam Fenn that told me, hey, I think you should start wanting to be a real estate agent. I said, you're crazy. I'm not working those hours. I'm not dealing with that crap. I'm not dealing with clients. I'm not dealing with agents. But I think it was a good fit, and the first deal that I closed was an $860,000 commercial deal. And it was from that point on, I said to myself, I was like, you can make this type of money and still have fun and meet a bunch of great people and be in an amazing environment. And I think it just kind of stuck with me from that point forward. Once you get the taste of that little bit of success,
it's in your blood.
All you want to do is just keep following it and try to get that. And I think as long as you have a solid team, which I'll talk about later, you just have to have the confidence and believe that you can do anything that you want to do. And when you see the amount of people that are here just to listen to Jeremy speak or myself speak, this is an amazing group of people and individuals and hard workers that are going to be there to support you. I think a lot of people focus too much on competition in the marketplace, and the reality is I think we all just need to succeed. I think we all work together and help each other succeed. That's the idea. There's 600, $2.5 million homes and above, and what do we have, like 23 or 25 of them sell? The idea is we have to work together as luxury agents and luxury brokers to start moving some of this inventory. Otherwise, your listings are just going to transfer from broker to broker to broker. And I think it's important that you're aligning yourself with the right team, number one, and make sure that the team has the same vision that you guys have. It's hard to work with someone if you're butting heads all the time. The idea is to work with a team that's going to have the exact same vision and share that vision and share that type of work ethic. And I think that's really the key with Red Luxury, or how we've gotten to how I'm standing here today.
Right.
There's no way I would be here without the support and the work ethic of my team. There's just absolutely no way. And that's what my main goal here is tonight, is trying to tell everybody to try not to do this on your own. Because if you try to do it on your own, the reality is it's probably not going to go the right way for you. You've got to get some good people that are on your side. You've got to get some good people that are willing to do the nitty-gritty with you.
You talked about, the genesis of how you got into luxury real estate. So did it start in luxury real estate?
No.
Was it just real estate?
It just started in real estate. But I think what it started in real estate, to answer that, was still marketing and putting a lot of time and effort and money in any listing or any client that you worked with. So it's kind of treating everything like it's $1 million client.
Right. That leads me to my next kind of transition, is why you decided to open up your own brokerage and make it a luxury brokerage and do something with your team that's unique even for luxury brokerages.
If anybody knows me, I'm a pretty honest and direct forward person. And I think what it boiled down to is what I talked about was the team, the synergy, and the vision, and making sure that you're a part of something that you can be proud of and that you want to grow and you want to believe in. And what we really wanted was creative freedom. We wanted to be able to do things our way. We wanted to be able to have fun. We wanted to try to expand on our own terms. And I think you'll find that once you're an agent, you start seeing success. That's why you see a lot of people jump from brokerage to brokerage to brokerage. They're trying to find something. And a lot of people, I think, look down on jumping from broker to broker. I don't think so at all. I think until you find where you feel comfortable, until you find that right team, I think you should jump around. I think you should go out there and find out, what are these guys doing? What are these guys doing? What are these guys doing? Until you find that home. Luckily for me, I had the home right in front of me the whole time. And maybe it was difference of opinion, maybe it was difference of creative freedom, but we ended up leaving and starting our own luxury brokerage. Quite honestly, I don't think that's what we wanted to do. We were, 6 months away from packing up and moving down to Mexico and saying the hell with all this. But I think it was the pouring out of support. Yeah, but it was the pouring out of support. And again, that's that competition thing. There's a lot of support here, especially even in this room or outside when you're trying to work in real estate. And it was the outgoing support and saying, hey, what are you guys going to do next? Where are we going? What are we going to do? And it was out of that we came up with Red Luxury.
That's what I want to get to, because most of the people in this room don't work for the same brokerage, but yet we're all here because I am a firm believer that we all need to hang together, or we're all going to hang separately, because everyone's gunning for our jobs. And I mean everyone. And I've been in this business 15 years, and I've seen it all. Up, a millionaire, bankrupt, when the market crashed, back up, and we have to evolve with it or go the way of the dodo. It become extinct. And so you just can't do everything, like you said, on your own. You can't. I don't care how powerful you become in this business. Making enemies or just being a one-man or one-woman show is just not good business. Anyone who's made it in this business or any business has risen to the top, has had partners, collaborators, and they could have been competition. But that competition, even though they were competition, it kept it civil, it kept it professional, and that's what drove each competitor to rise, to compete, to be the best, because I feel like that's the only way I'm going to do it. I have a tattoo on my neck right here in Latin, and I got it for a reason on my collarbone, because it hurt to remind myself, and it says in Latin, it says, I'd rather die on my feet than live on my knees. Nice. Because thank you. But I needed that. I needed that motivation. I'd say that not because it's a cool thing, but just I needed that. I came to a point in my career where I needed that. And so I want you to talk about the collaboration, the teamwork, the synergy, and what's it made Red Luxury really accelerate so quickly in a very short period of time.
I think you're definitely right. And to touch on another point, Zillow, Redfin, Trulia, all these big companies, they have hundreds of people on their team. And that's why the team is so important, and that's why they're taking over, and that's why they're doing the things they're doing, because they meet in a room and they talk with their team and they go through that with their team. I think the more interaction and the communication you can have with your team, and again, trying to get everybody to be on the same vision and on the same page. Again, I'm absolutely blessed with the team. I have some amazingly talented, creative people and dedicated people to the process. But I also think that starts with good leadership and directing what that vision is going to be and say what we want to do. But if you don't listen to your team or you don't listen to other vision, a lot of times that direction could be wrong. So a lot of times when we're working on something, Leah will tell me something, or Daniel will tell me something, or Madison will tell me something, and it just makes me realize that, hey, I got to listen to the team. And by doing that, I think that's the success that we've had. I don't think you sell one of the top houses in Las Vegas by trying to do it on your own. It comes with really working with a team, analyzing the market statistics, figuring out who can do what are they good at, and exemplifying them to do their absolute best at what they're good at. A lot of times you find yourself trying to do TC. I can't do TC work to save my life. So why should I be doing that? I want to have somebody that's the best at what they're doing and encourage them to even be better.
Right, that's their strength. You don't want them focusing on video editing when they are good at it being a TC.
Absolutely, but then I think the next step really is being creative. All right, and it might hit a chord here with some people, but I think there's this big thing that's going around that everybody needs to fake it till they make it. And if you think that you're going to be able to fake it till you make it in the luxury industry, these buyers and sellers will read right through you. I think the best thing you can do is be authentically you. Be who you are. Be who you really are as a person and develop on that. If you're trying to walk in a three-piece suit and that suit just doesn't feel right to you, take that three-piece suit off. Be authentically you. The buyers and the sellers in this marketplace now want that more than anything. Otherwise, they're going to choose Zillow or they're going to choose somebody else for the representation. They don't want somebody to smoke them out. They don't want somebody to BS them about the marketplace. The buyers that we have nowadays are smarter than we've ever seen before, and they don't want you to tell them what they need to do. They want to learn this information on their own. So the idea is try not to be so much of a salesperson and be more of a data information and be a data driver, because that's what these people want to see. And that's why, buyer's agents, in my opinion, aren't doing the same things that they did 3 years ago. It used to be your database or who you know or what you had going on. Now the database is out there open for absolutely everybody. So what are you going to be able to provide? I think at Red Luxury what we provide is some really cool creativity and doing things just a little bit different and bringing some of the things that we learned when we did some filming with Josh Flagg in Beverly Hills. And we've done some really neat things that have made us look at things just a little bit different. And we don't necessarily have to sell the house or talk about the house. It's about selling the emotion and being emotional and getting to know your clients and getting to have a great relationship with an amazing person and learning about these people. I think the relationships matter more now than it ever has. And giving data to these people is really what you guys need to be doing. The sales pitch is gone. It's all about data and it's about execution.
Question when I was hearing you speak just now is that is there anything or a couple things you could speak about regarding being in real estate and business and working together and all that?
Number one, do not take it personally.
Right. It's tough.
I see everybody laughing. Everybody's like, hey,
it's tough.
Do not take it personally. It's just business. Do not take it personally. Do not get upset at your clients. Do not argue with your clients. Again, show them data. I think the first and foremost is try not to be too personal with your clients so you're not hurt when they change their mind about doing something. Because when you get hurt about it, what's going to do, it's going to affect how you're going to do your business moving forward. So, and I had some military training in my past, and I think what it helps me with is just trying to stay on that line, but don't get personal with them. If you're arguing with your client, that client's no longer going to trust you anymore for the most part. So that would be my number one. The number two thing is don't sweat the small stuff. Don't freak out if something goes wrong on an inspection.
Everything will go wrong.
Everything will just be fine. Everything in a transaction is going to go wrong. Just anticipate it. If you walk into a transaction and you think everything's going to go the right way, you probably shouldn't be in real estate. Okay? You really shouldn't. Because the reality is absolutely everything that you can imagine that wants to go wrong is going to go wrong. And all you're doing is picking up the pieces. And that's where, again, you've got to have the team because you're not going to be able to pick up all those broken vase pieces on the floor by yourself. You've got to have a team to do it quick, pick up those pieces, put it back together, and stay moving forward.
Who have been your mentors and collaborators that have really kept you in line and taught you? Because we all need to be taught. I meet with mine every week. I have my people that I mentor, and it's the natural order of things, I believe, in order to keep this business going. Can you speak to that?
Sure. As far as mentorship, I think I've had a lot of mentors in my life, from my dad, my cousin growing up, every manager that I've had. I think the mentorship really comes from peer to peer, to be honest with you. I don't listen to a lot of podcasts. I don't go to some weekly seminars. But what I try to do is I try to learn from everybody that I meet for different reasons, because I think, again, collectively, you can learn from each individual person, whether it's an employee, it's another agent, a fellow broker, even someone that you might not even get along with. So for me, I try to learn, and I'm learning right now.
Right.
So, and in some cases, with your social media, you've been a little bit of a mentor as well, because I've looked at what you've done and put yourself out there, and who gives a shit, just go for it.
Right.
And and in some cases, that's Jeremy Lewis, isn't it?
It is.
Who gives a shit, just go for it. And that's the reality. But that's what you've got to do in this marketplace. And I think you learn from clients. I think you learn from people that you used to work with in the past. And those relationships continue on, where it's about that relationship, and everybody's a mentor. I mean, someone that's 10 years younger than me, it doesn't mean that I can't learn something from them. So I think it's about being open, and again, I think that's authentically you. If you're trying to pride yourself on being better than somebody else, you're going to probably miss out on a couple things you could really learn from them that could be very, very beneficial to you. So that would be the mentorship that I would say.
I love it. I couldn't agree more. So what do you see going forward with luxury real estate, Vegas real estate, real estate in general in this city? What do you see? If you could be? We're not going to hold you to it.
Sure.
But what's your crystal ball?
I think it's going to get really rough out there. I think it's going to be really rough. I think the luxury market's still going to need some hand-holding. I still think it's going to need good relationship. I still think you're going to need to show everything that's in one of these big homes. But we're in trouble. We're absolutely in trouble. The more the buyers want to find out themselves, the less they're going to want to use us. And right now, and being a broker for only about 19 months now, I mean, we're only 18 months old. This is a new chapter in my life, and I'm learning every day. But what I can tell you right now is we've got some really, really strong competition, not just from these people that are at the top, the Zillows, the Redfins, the Truly, that kind of thing, but also from the clients and the buyers. They're informed. They know They know that if they go directly to a listing agent, they can bust out the buyer's agent and save themselves 3%. They know these things now. And that's what they're after and doing. So as a new broker into this and having listings and trying to deal with this and trying to understand where do we think this market is going, it boils down to the team. I think you're going to have less and less of these self-proclaimed million-dollar type of salespeople that are all about themselves. And if you take an idea from what we do, you won't see my picture on any of our brochures. You won't see my picture usually anywhere. It's always going to be Red Luxury because it's a team at Red Luxury. It's not me, it's not Leah, it's not Daniel, it's not Madison, it's not Christina. It's our team. And that brand and that brand association, I believe, is why people can see it. They know, oh, that's Red Luxury. They don't need to know who I am. And that's what I think the wave of the future is going to be. It's about promoting your team. It's about promoting what you can do as a company, as an environment, and being able to provide all that. Again, we do absolutely everything in-house. That way the vision is shared. I don't pay somebody else to do my videos and just say, oh, here we go, here's my video up there. Our heart, soul, and passion is in these homes. And if you do it the right way, you can definitely make the things happen. You know, I mean, you can sell the biggest house or you can sell the smallest house, but your passion's got to be the same. We do videos on $250,000 homes that'll rival the videos that we do on $2.5 million homes. If I'm going to offer my service to anybody at any price point, it's going to be the absolute best service I can offer them. Hands down, 100%, because you never know that $250,000 deal, their uncle might be a millionaire, okay? So if you treat anybody less than a millionaire, and that's what we say, luxury is not a price point, it's a level of service. And the minute that I think that we all realize that it's a level of service and not just some price point or something that I've got to look good, I think that's really where the change is. And that's where you're going to be able to gain these relationships with these people that most of the time all they've been done is pitched. They've just been pitched.
Right.
You know, I heard this saying that there are three places you want to be in life. You want to be firstborn, you want to be on your second wife, and you want to be the third broker to take the listing. Okay? And when you okay? Those are the best positions in life. The first broker gives the pitch and says, I'll sell your house for whatever you want. The second broker comes in and says, okay, I might be able to get you down on price and maybe we'll do a couple things. By the third broker, the seller's just exhausted. They're saying, whatever you need to do, just get rid of my house for me. So we got to get away from trying to chase these things down and farming expireds all the time to give somebody else the pitch. Tell them what their house is worth. Make sure they get an appraisal before you get the listing.
Tell them the truth.
Tell them the truth. Show them the market that out of 400 homes over 2.5 million, I think we've sold 20. I mean, that's crazy. And the amount of homes that they're building right now and all the modern architecture that's going out here, there's so much inventory for buyers to try to be as specific. They have so many choices now in this marketplace, and the homes don't sell. So you either chase these expireds, you invest $2,000 or $3,000, you lose it, you move on to the next one, or you really focus on the houses that you think you can sell, and you put everything that you have into it. And if you're going to take on a luxury house, you need to invest the money. You've got to invest the time, the money, and the effort that's in there. Otherwise, you don't have a snowball's chance in hell to sell that house. You just don't. Because you've got 15,000 other agents and brokers that are saying, I can do a better job than him. I can do a better job than him. And it's going to create the doubt, and that's the problem. So I think there's problems in this marketplace that are easily able to be solved. And again, it's a collective effort, and us all being on the same page. Don't list that house for $15 million when you know it's worth $8 million. You're doing everybody a disservice. List it for what it's worth, and we'll finally start selling the luxury real estate like we think we should.
Thank you. Thank you. Michael Zelina, Red Luxury. That's awesome. So, that was awesome. Thank you so much again. Thank you so much for coming and speaking. And if you didn't know, I'm Jeremy Lewis, Rothwell Goren Companies. Been in this business for about 15 years. And I want to talk about why everyone's here, mainly, is because of social media. Social media, social media. Without social media, we would have never met. Without social media, I never would have met half the people in this room. Great friends, better colleagues, and bigger things to come. So I want to talk about how social media has gotten me business anywhere from 90,000 to 9 million because it is the future of real estate, in my opinion. That's why I keep pushing this. And people say it can't be done. Then it happens. Everyone said I could never be on HGTV. And then they reached out to me. It'll never air. Oh, it can happen. You can never sell this property. You can never break this record. This video won't work. This appeal won't work. No, 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 no. And some people are built in the way of that intense pressure and criticism to cave. It's just how some people are built. I am the opposite. You tell me I can't do something, I'm like, watch me. You know, get pumped up, as you can tell, because that's how I feel, because I feel like I do have a chip on my shoulder and I have something to prove. But I'm telling you this not to say that that's a good or a bad thing, but I feel it's a necessary thing in this business. We have to evolve. We have to innovate in order to thrive. We need to thrive. And in order to thrive, we have to adapt and innovate. And 3.5 years ago or so, I was desperate in my life, period, to find some purpose, find some meaning. Nothing was going the way I wanted to. I was cynical. I thought, this is as good as it gets, and I should just, suck it up. Most people come up and tell me I can never do what you do on camera. I just don't have that fear. I don't have that fear of being on camera, if you didn't already know, or speaking in public. My fear came from losing my ass, becoming nothing, feeling like nothing is what I felt like, and having no purpose in my life at 34 years old at the time. And I was so desperate to find something, put myself into, that would give me that purpose. And I started doing these videos, and my first one was I had my mommy come and to one of my listings and video me. I had no idea what was going on, and I was like, whoa, that wasn't so bad. And then I kept doing it, and then people started reaching out to me, telling me how they loved what I was doing. It's so different. And about 2.5 years ago, I was meeting some friends at the Cosmopolitan restaurant called SDK, and an acquaintance introduced me to her husband. And I never met him before, and I'm like, hi, I'm Jeremy Lewis. And he's like, you're that guy who does real estate videos, aren't you? And I'm like, yes, I am. He's like, I didn't recognize you because you're not clean shaven and you're not in a suit, but your voice is so good and dynamic. I knew it was you. I've seen all your videos 5 times. You should have your own TV show. And by the way, my name is blah, 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 which I won't say his name. I want you to find me, I'm part owner of XYZ, and I want you to find me a commercial property for my business. And I was like, my ex-wife never talked to me so nice. And he laughed, because it's true, and he laughed. But this guy, we'd never met before. And I was like, wow, he talked to me like we were best friends and like sang my praises. And that was because of the videos that I was doing, where you really cannot fool the subconscious. The subconscious makes snap judgments. It's all happening right now as we speak. It's not in our control. It's happening with me, just like you. I'm no different. Where we're looking. And the only way to make that connection, that subconscious connection with your clients or potential clients, is through video content. A still picture, the science. I've done the research. I've done the math. I've done the research. Done the science. It will not do it. It will not do it. It cannot do it. To make that connection, you have to be in the video, and it has to be video content. You have to be in it, and it has to be video. And that's where that crazy connection comes from, where people feel like they know you. One, the subconscious tells you, do I trust him? And that's why I do all my videos, for the most part, one take, unedited, because no one wants some bullshit. We get so much bullshit shoved up, every second of every day. We don't know what's up from down. I don't know if this is real. I don't know if this is fake. So when our brains tell us something's real, we're immediately drawn to it. We don't even know it. Second, you have to be you. I'm not saying you have to do a song and dance and do what I do. People think that they have to do what I do to be successful at what this is, what I'm doing. You don't. All you have to do is be you. Be a little charming. Be you. Being you is being authentic, being real, being charming. They're going to trust you. 2, do I like him or her? And again, you don't have to make them laugh. You don't have to do a song and dance, but you have to connect. And I wanted to speak to what Michael was saying earlier about, the emotional connection. And that's where I'm going to expand upon that, because that's where I feel like this is the number one thing that every realtor, every loan officer, anyone in this business has to do to connect and get their own clients. I don't want to be, beholden to Zillow or Realtor.com or Google Leads or wherever you're getting your leads from. I'm Wolf of Wall Street good on the phone, like scary good on the phone with people. But it's not 25 years ago. It's not 1992. So nobody trusts anyone speaking to them on the phone. No one trusts anyone really speaking to them in person anymore. That's how society's kind of evolved and changed. And so we need to be face-to-face. And how do you get face-to-face with people? How did you get here?
The internet.
Social media.
Yep.
That's how I got face-to-face with you, and that brought you here in front of my face, literally, right now. And so that's why I'm imploring you to do this. Whether put your fear aside, We're here to help. I'm here to help. Put the competition, put the egos aside that exists in this business, in every business, quite frankly. And it's just a nature, it's human nature. When you put that aside and just reach out and be genuine again, people will want to help. People want to collaborate. People want to be there for you. And if they don't, it's the hell with them. You don't need them. At least that's a good roll call. But I've asked people for help or wanted to work with them, and some people told me to piss off. But it's good, no, because now I know they're not about me. They're about themselves. They're not about working together. They're about whatever they're about. So now I know the core crew, the people that believe in me and want my help and vice versa. So you can do this. This is, or again, the reason why everyone's here is because social media. Do this video content no matter what your business is. You're going to connect with your clients, your potential clients. You don't even know it. You're going to find people that want to collaborate with you in your business without it, not in your business. It's just going to bring everything together. And the last thing that I'm going to say regarding that is that another main objection I get from agents and brokers in this business is that besides the afraid part, is that I can't do what you do. I'm not going to be good no matter what. Here's the science and the truth behind that, is that I'm a little bit more polished, a little bit better than, let's say, someone standing next to me hasn't done 100 and something videos and had this background X, Y, and Z. But if we did the same exact video side by side, and this is the science behind it, and posted it, I'm gonna, let's say, get 10 clients from it. You're still gonna get the person that's not polished at all or has the experience, doesn't feel good about it, like I do, feel comfortable, still gonna get, let's say, 2 to 4 clients. Those clients made that subconscious connection with Bobby, Susie, whoever you want to call it, doing the video. They're never coming to me, and vice versa. So my 10 clients that made that connection with me are never going with Bobby or Susie over here that did that video. So yes, you might not be able to get as many clients or do as much business as me, but you're still going to get your clients never leaving you. They're staying with you, and that's more money in your pocket. So it doesn't matter how much money I make or anyone else makes, or how many clients I get or not. It matters how many clients you get and how many connections you make. So I just want to instill that upon everyone here. In closing, I want to thank everyone for coming. I'm just so excited to see everyone here, and come talk with me. Let's do a video together. Let's enjoy the rest of our night, and I look forward to working with all of you, and have a great night. So let's enjoy ourselves. Let's go. I just want to thank everyone for coming out to this luxury real estate event that I co-hosted and spoke on the panel about. It went off without a hitch. Super excited. Met new friends, of course, had old friends coming to support. If you want to know the secret to my success and how that ties into social media and the video content I've been producing, I'm going to be posting more on social media, on my story and my main page. And I want you to tune in, follow me, and put the follow tag below this video, because you're not going to regret it. My success can be yours, and vice versa. We can all learn from each other and collaborate. I want you to be a part of this. I'm Jeremy Lewis, Rothwell Growing Company's realtor here in Las Vegas. We're walking tall. We're earning and burning. We're snapping necks and cashing checks. Have a great night, everyone. You see that in the background? That's that Las Vegas trip. It never gets old. Talk to you soon.